everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today I have a special and quite different puzzling episode. This is the first of many episodes of a Metal Earth puzzling modeling series. But for this episode I decided that I would try to show you how to build a Boba Fett metal model to get everyone excited and pumped for the new season of The Mandalorian coming out on October 30th. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you check it out. Now, just quickly about Metal Earth if you are new to it. Metal Earth is made from high quality steel sheets, and each model actually has some pretty amazing detail with parts cut from 4-inch square steel sheets. Now they provide pretty decent, sometimes confusing instructions included with each kit. And you don't have to use glue or solder. We just snip out the pieces and bend the tabs through corresponding connection points, which you will see in a moment. I know it may sound easy, but I assure you that it is not. I found that doing this, you need a lot of patience and dexterity to get through it, but the more you do it, the better you definitely get, like everything else. And it's also important to have the right tools for the job, which I'll show you in a moment. So there are several series of Metal Earth, and this Boba Fett model is part of their Metal Earth Premium series. This model has 3 laser cut metal sheets, and usually all models have ratings of difficulty from easy to expert or hard, and this model is at the top with the difficulty level. So let's get right into it and see what's inside. So here are the metal sheets and the instructions as well. And we'll put this away. So you can see here that the instructions show the metal sheets in corresponding letters and numbers. And here you can see this corresponds with section B, and it is very important to place the sheets the same way the instructions have it. Now here we can see that this is 66 steps, and I think this is the most that I've ever had to do because the Premium series usually has bigger models. So before we start, I want to show you the tools that I use for these Metal Earth 3D puzzles, and you can see some rods here, some other little pliers and cutters, and a lot of different types of tweezers so I can get into tight and small areas. And right now I need my cutter so I can cut the pieces off the metal sheets. So now that I have everything, let's get started. And I think we are going to start with one of the legs. And we're going to have to do that piece by piece. And you can see here, there's these triangles that you snip to remove from the metal sheets to get the model going. So I have one piece that I need, and now taking out the second piece. So now I have 2 pieces. I'm going to shape it up how it instructs me to make it more like a leg shape, I guess. So just rounding it out right now and using a metal rod to make it more round and smooth. So now I have most of the leg done, and I am going to smooth it out with a rod again. Try to clip the pins so that it locks into place a little bit better so it can connect to the rest of the legs. Now to continue on with the rest of the leg. So now I have one of the legs done, and I'll move on to the next one. Just shaping it up again and going to add all the other pieces for the leg next. Alright, now I have the second leg, and I think I have to connect it together now. Just tightening this piece up, and I will put the other leg on now. Some final tightening, and that should be it for the leg portion. Let's see if it stands, and there you go. Now this is the base plate that I have to put the feet on, so I'm going to install that right now. Tighten it up here, and over here, and 2 more spots, and we should be good. And there you go. The lower portion is done, and we can start working on the next parts. Alright, so part of his midsection is done, and going to work on his, I guess, waist, his belt, and such. So just cutting out his midsection, and then I'll move on to his belt and create a bunch of packs for him. Just finishing up on his belt and putting the last saddlebag on him. And there you go. And now I have to put it on top of that midsection that I created earlier. But I have to bend a couple of tabs to be able to do so. Alright, let's try to put this on now. And there we have it. The lower section, midsection, his belt with the saddlebags are all done. So now I just have to put together his gun, his pistol, and his holster for the back of his body, which I'll do right now. And there we go, he's now equipped with his gun in his holster, and we can now move on to the next parts, which will be his body and his armor. So his body and armor are both done, and now I'm just working on the helmet right now. Alright, I have his full helmet put together, as you can see, and we'll now connect it to the rest of the body. Hopefully it works or fits correctly. So there you go, it fit properly, and now going to work on his backpack or his jetpack. So I've been working on his jetpack, and you can see that I have a rocket now connected to it. Alright, I have more of his jetpack done and just working on some of his side grenades to put on the jetpack. So I put the jetpack on already and just working on one of his hands right now with all of his gadgets. Okay, I think that just about does it for one of his arms, and now just need to install it on his body. Okay, so the arm's attached, and just tightening up a few places on his arm just to secure him a little bit better, like here, and that should do it. So I also finished his other arm and just working on his blaster right now, putting all the pieces together. Alright, his blaster is done, and I think it turned out pretty good. Now just to attach it to his arm. His blaster is now attached to his arm, and all we have to do now is attach it to his body, which I hope is going to be easy. Just tighten it up a little bit, and that should be done. Had a little bit of trouble, but now his arm's attached, and all we have to do now is put on his, I guess, cape. So I'm thinking I have to put it in here. There are two tabs that I lifted up that I can secure it together here. Let's see if it fits properly. Okay, so I finally have it secured on those tabs and gonna tighten it up and see if I can secure it. The cape is now secure, and there we have it. The Boba Fett metal model from Metal Earth completed. I think it came out really well, and love all the little details and color from this model. I think it took about 8 hours to complete, which is one of the tougher models that I have done. But I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and remember, this is the way.